The top 8 guidelines for acceptable use of electronic media are: Number 1. Any and all communications will be limited to matters that directly relate to the employee's professional duties. What does that mean? Well, it could mean that texting the soccer team to let them know the game has been canceled would be right in line with the soccer coach's job. But texting the team to say you had chicken for lunch? Not so much. Number 2. Employees should assume that electronic communication, as described in this administrative regulation, is public information. When thinking about posting something online or through electronic communication, you need to think of it as posting it on the side of a bus. Everyone can see it. Number 3. In order for employees to communicate with currently enrolled students through social networking sites, employees must establish a separate, independent professional page, which is accessible to administration and parents as well as students. Have a Facebook page already? Great! But don't use it to communicate with your students. You need to create a completely separate professional identity that you only use for professional communication, like parents and students. And make sure your supervisor knows about it. Number 4. Electronic media communication between the employee and students may not occur prior to 6 a.m. or after 10 p.m. This limitation does not apply to public posts, like updating your teacher blog for your entire class to see. Number 5. The employee must comply with records retention and destruction requirements. Basically, that means that all student communication must be kept for a certain period of time for legal purposes. Sometimes it may be just 2 years, sometimes 7, maybe some other amount of time altogether. The time can vary depending on the type of communication or other specifics. Generally, know that you need to hold on to these digital conversations and talk to your principal or supervisor if you need more specifics as to how long. The good news is that with most electronic forms of communication, the information is stored indefinitely, making it easier to follow this guideline. Number 6. The employee is subject to applicable state and federal laws, including confidentiality, local policies, administrative regulations, and the Code of Ethics and Standard Practices for Texas Educators. For example, you aren't going to post Timmy's grade or other confidential information on your teacher blog. Number 7. If administration is conducting an investigation into allegations of employee misconduct, an employee must provide requested information regarding methods and contents of electronic media communications. And coming in at number 8. Employees may not use scheduled work time to engage in electronic communication, which is not job-related. That means you shouldn't be checking your personal Facebook on your phone right now. Stop it! But you could be tweeting a reminder to your class to wear tennis shoes tomorrow for your geocache. The key is to use good common sense. If you have questions, talk to your supervisor. They can help. Using electronic media as a way of communicating with students is a powerful way to talk to students where they are listening. Following these guidelines will help to ensure their safety as well as yours. This has been Chad Jones for iCafe Studios.